Good day, everybody. This is Bug Eater 64, and today we're just going to have a fun flight with the Huey and the OV10 Bronco. Now, this is going to be into the jungle once again, and we're going to be starting the flight in the Bronco about 6 o'clock in the morning. So the sun is just getting ready to rise, and we'll be on the Marianas map, and we'll just see how things go. So, strap in, grab your coffee, if you haven't had it yet, and just let's get going. See you inside.
Request rearming. Copy.
So we're on the Marianas map and sitting inside the OV10. Now I originally did this in VR, but you get to see it in 2D. So let's get the rearming done, get the bird started up, and if you look at the rear view mirrors in the cockpit, you'll see when we're going to be starting the engines. We will be starting the left engine first. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, well, we've got the left engine started, so we'll get ready to start the right one here, and then we'll get ready to go. We've got 4 rocket pods plus our guns, so we've got plenty of firepower for today's mission. We're going to go out and basically do a recon, search and destroy if we find anything. And that's if we can see anything, because at this time of the morning on the Marianas map, the fog is horrendous. So I'm not sure we'll be able to see much, but we'll do the best we can. If we can't, then we'll come back, land, and switch into the Huey. Okay, and we've got two good engines, so things are looking pretty good, and we will be getting on our way shortly. Okay, B-52 taking off. We've got a very long taxi. We got to go down the opposite end of the field. So we're going to be seeing another B-52 taking off, and then a KC-135 tanker. So and the sun is slowly coming up, and you can see the haze. The fog is not very friendly today. And the taxiway is not in really good shape. And here comes the second B-52. And right behind it is the KC-135. And you can see that sun coming up directly behind us. Okay, we're approaching the runway, and we'll get out there and get ready to get on our way. Rotate for this aircraft is about 110. So here we go. Brakes on, and let's get out of here. Directly into the sun, so that's a little hard on the eyeballs. So we're heading towards, in a southerly direction, towards the combat area, and see if we can find anything. It's hazy here up around Anderson Air Base, but you can see when we head south, it gets really thick. Very ugly down there, so I'm not sure we're going to be able to see a whole lot. So we've got a couple friendlies down here that had to leave their aircraft. I'm not seeing any smoke from impact of the F4. Might pick it up later. Identify where they're at approximately on the map, and then send back the Huey to pick them up. But I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing much of anything at all. There's a whole lot of fog here. Yeah, just catching the top of the hills. Checking the guns. See if we can big lake down this part of the map, and that's usually where we... Ooh, somebody's firing. I have no idea where it came, but I'm guessing it probably came from the lake area. Whoa, yeah, somebody's shooting at us, but I cannot see in the fog there where they are. So, yeah, I can't pick up any targets to lay fire on. Still not picking up any smoke from the crashed aircraft. Check. Well, we're not going to be able to see much of anything, so at this point I think we're just going to head back to one of our airfields and see if we can find it in this fog and make a landing and switch over to the Huey.
More power!
Fog.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, fog is so thick, can't see through it to see the enemy. So we're gonna go back and land the airplane and get into the Huey. If I can find the runway. Okay, so let's see if we can find home, or at least a friendly base. Yeah, this is actually a replay of my VR flight earlier this morning. I just wanted to check out some things. And the voice you heard in the background was my ground control. You may hear him pop off from time to time. Yeah, almost 6:30 in the morning on the Marianas. Okay, on the east coast of the island, so the airport is to my left towards the west coast. But I know it isn't going to be a pretty landing if I can even find the airport. Okay. Okay, okay, I can see the runway. Okay. So, do a flyover. Head back north. Oh yeah. This ain't gonna be pretty. But if I can get it down in one piece, I'll be happy. Landing gear coming down. Well, we found the runway anyway.
Doesn't sound very stirring.
Well, at least we landed next to it and rolled onto it.
Oh dear.
Okay. At least this is pretty much an all-terrain aircraft, so no big deal. Okay, so we'll just pull over here in the CH-47 parking area and we will park. because I can't see anything.
Surrounded by the night.
That's right. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to park right here, and I'm going to get out of the airplane, and I'm going to walk over there to that HUEY, and I'm going to get inside it. So, see you soon. Okay, well, as you can tell, we're in the HUEY, and we're sitting on a pad at one of our support ships just offshore. So we've got her rearmed, and we're going to get prepared to take off. Wanted to see if we can see any better than we could in the OV10, and see if we can find maybe the crash site or the air crew from the downed F4. So let's get to it. Okay, oh, you know what? It works so much better if you apply fuel to the engine. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? Okay, back on track. Okay, trim set at takeoff configuration. Okay, everything's looking good, so I think we're about ready to get rid of that master caution. Check everything. Okay, so fog is still pretty thick, but we know the island's to our left. Master caution up, we are ready to go. Let's lift. And we're on our way. Keep it fairly low because we want to be able to see the water and the terrain. Gained a little altitude. Now my gunners are set to, if they see any enemies, to go ahead and fire on it, because they'll see it a long time before I can in this weather. Just like that. And we set them on fire, so that's always a plus. And just about to fly over or by Camp Wright Agate. We did take some hits, but we don't have anything showing on our master caution board. we're going to come to the left over these hills, and that'll put us in towards the center of the island more. And that's where the big lake is, where we usually find bad guys, which unfortunately they usually find us too. And in this weather, advantage bad guys. Here, jets flying over above us. All right. I didn't see that, but my gunners did. Looks like a good-sized camp with some hooches, maybe some ground forces. They were shooting at us with small arms. Whoop, we took a hit. Took some hits that time. Yeah, we are just to our left is a big lake, and so that's what the gunners are shooting at. Sometimes find vehicles and in the lake itself you'll find gunboats. Okay, get ready to come over the lake. Okay, well, we found one of the gunboats, and unfortunately they found us. Let's see what happens. Whoops. We got hit again. I think we pissed them off. Oh. That's a big gun. Still can't see it in the fog. Good thing my gunners can see this stuff. Oh. Yeah, we're taking hits. Goodbye. Well, that was a pretty interesting day. I mean, the fog was so thick, unless we got really low, we couldn't see a whole lot. As you saw, I had a hard time finding the runway when I was going to come back and land, when I couldn't find any bad guys. Although the bad guys did shoot at me once, but I had no target to choose from. So the OV10 Bronco, it worked just the way it's supposed to. It just needs a better pilot. But anyway, then the Huey. You know, as per normal, we did some strafing. Well, we did start a couple fires, so that was okay. But yeah, we got hammered by the 30 millimeters. So it was fun. I enjoyed it, and it was done in VR. Now, you saw it in 2D, but the original flight, when I was actually flying it, what I saw was in VR, and it is just so good. Now, I'm using the MetaQuest 3, and I did not use. I use a cable, a link. And I took out the old standard, and I used a new link that I found, and it has truly made the use and the performance of my Quest 3 so much better, with clarity and so on. And once I've got to find the information on it, but I just know it works really well, and I think it's fiber optic. But I'll do another video that explains that, and give you a location where you can find it. I just happened to come across this thing, and I think it was on the drop website that I found it, but I can't confirm that right now, so I'll get back to you on that. But the Quest 3 worked extremely well. I use OpenXR, OpenVR, and I don't use Steam or VR desktop. They just hit me too hard on the frame rates, because my machine is a middle range machine. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this flight, and if you would like to see a different location, a different type of aircraft in DCS, or even Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 or Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, I will try to make that happen. If I've got an aircraft in my hangar, I'll fly it for you. And I'm also still working on my around the world tour with the PMDG DC-6. So we're on the third leg of that. Right now we're sitting in Cairo, and so that'll be coming relatively soon. Anyway, until next time, this is BugEater64, and as always, remember, do as I say, not as I do. Safe flying!